reproached himself for what is now a sinister crime. He discussed the attractiveness of the opposite sex. Hanrahan says he was out drinking during the orientation for his class last year when his fellow students raised the matter of which girls in their class were, quote, the hottest. With horror, Hanrahan says he failed to object, to declare that calling women pretty is a form of objectification that could lead to assault. Instead, he says, and I'm quoting, "I uncrossed my arms, and yes, I discussed which girls were hot." Apparently, Cambridge is no better than a Boko Haram camp. Kathy Rue, founding publisher of Catalina Magazine, she joins us tonight. Kathy, you are our Sherpa, you're our Tenzing Norgay, our spirit guide into the brave new world of progressive America, into the cultural revolution now taking place. I didn't know, so thank you for that. I didn't know that this was a crime now.
Well, I mean, it's objectifying women, so that's always been a crime, to objectify women, not seeing them as intelligent creatures, intelligent people that they are, but to see them at Harvard as just hot. I mean, that's not right.
Well, how about if a woman is intelligent? Not all people are intelligent, by the way. Some are, some aren't. Same with men, right?
Right.
But is it okay to acknowledge that you find someone attractive, or is that, as Mr. Hanrahan suggests, a form of assault?
Well, he felt that it was wrong because they had a group of guys sitting around and they weren't talking about how intelligent and wonderful these women are. They were talking about their physical attributes and that they were ranking them on a scale of 1 to 10 according to how hot they were. And he felt it was wrong. He felt that he was objectifying women, and he felt that he was creating and helping a culture of rape, he said, on the campus of Harvard. So.
But they weren't raping people, were they? Weren't they just saying which girls they found attractive?
They have a high incidence of rape. They have a high incidence of objectifying women, and 30% of women graduate from Harvard saying that they're victims of sexual assault.
Right, but
so
okay.
it is a problem at Harvard. There is a problem.
Look, I don't know where you got those stats, but I mean, in this specific case, these men weren't planning to go out and assault anybody. Weren't they just saying, like, I find this girl attractive? Do you?
Well, we don't know what these men did.
Right?
We don't know what they did, but we do know that men were behaving badly and are behaving badly at campuses around the country. And now we find out that at Harvard, these guys are speaking inappropriately about women, and that is
saying
wrong.
Which ones they find attractive. So is this a transferable crime? I mean, if a bunch of women are sitting around and they say, you know, I think that guy's kind of attractive, or I think he's hot, or whatever.
Women are not the ones. They're not the ones committing the rapes.
So they're allowed to say that.
Well, women aren't harming anyone. So sure, if women aren't harming anyone, that there is no problem that women do this. But if men are actually harming women, which we know they are, then yeah, that is a problem.
So because some men harm, I'm just trying to get the standards here, as I always do when you come on. Just trying to figure out the new rules.
All right,
America's, very different from what it was last week. So because some men harm women, no men are allowed to say they find any woman attractive, but because no women harm men, all women are allowed to say they find men attractive. Is that the rule?
It's very rare for men to be objectified and go through experiences like sexual assault. That's just a fact.
But
women
am I right? Is that the rule? Look, the rest of us are looking on, especially those of us over 40, looking on in horror. We see the country changing. We have no idea who makes these rules.
It's changing for the better.
Maybe so, but changing, and change is hard. And whoever makes these rules, like, no one gets a heads up about what the new rules are. They just kind of appear, and then you're held to account on the basis of those rules. So I'm just trying to get from you an accounting of what the rules are so I don't break them.
Well, the rules are, society is dictating the rules right now, not the law, but society is dictating the rules, and society is saying that men can't get away with this kind of human behavior anymore.
Who's society? But who's in charge? Is there like a basement room somewhere where a bunch of people who are somehow in charge are writing these rules?
Women are speaking up. There's a movement going on. We have the Me Too, #MeToo movement that's going on. So women are speaking up, and we're holding men to a higher standard. We're letting them know that they can't get away with this anymore.
You can't get away. But I wonder, look, by the way, just to be totally clear, as always, I couldn't be more opposed to assaulting or hurting women. I have, 4 in my own house who I love more than anything.
I know.
So, of course.
It's not you.
But I wonder if you've thought this through. I mean, so if it's now a crime to think or say that a woman's attractive, do you feel like maybe you or women in general might lose something in a society where men were too afraid to say they thought you were attractive?
It's not right to objectify a woman. It's not right to see a woman only as an attractive human being. These guys at Harvard were not sitting around.
What if you say, I respect you in many ways, but I also find you attractive.
But
Would
that's
that
not
be
what this
assault as
op-ed
well?
writer said. He said he felt wrong. He wanted to speak up, and instead he helped these guys treat these women
No,
like
he
they were
didn't.
lesser.
Let me just ask
That's
you.
what he
Let me
said.
just drop all the pretense and ask you a totally honest question, man to woman.
What?
You have a little bit of contempt for this guy, don't you? Here he is. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't assault anybody. He's filled with self-hatred because he said he thought a woman was attractive. You can't respect a man like that. I mean, let's be honest.
He didn't say that he found a woman attractive. He was sitting around drunk with a bunch of guys who we don't know what they did the next day, and they were saying that women were hot on a scale of 1 to 10.
Ooh,
so,
women were
I mean,
hot. Whoa. All right.
we don't know what they did.
Yeah, call the police. Kathy, thank you.
Thank you.
So instructive. More key players in the rise of Facebook are admitting that their website is destroying this country. We're not exaggerating. They're admitting that now. Can we fix it? And what exactly are they saying? That's next.